Good morning, everybody. It's Corey coming to you from the front porch here in Coeur d'Alene. It is May 17th, Sunday, and I am wearing my NASCAR hat in celebration of NASCAR starting up today in Darlington. And this is the only time you'll hear Corey say, but it is time to turn left, baby. Okay, so at the end of this video, I've got some really cool moose footage that I shot on the hill behind me here a couple mornings ago. So stand by for that at the end of the video. I know, shameless suspense, right? But you could click out right now and go look at some stupid cat videos, or you can hang on until we show you the moose footage. Okay, let's get into it. So I have been reluctant to continue the weekly COVID updates here in Idaho and the housing market updates. I kind of like to give you guys some evergreen content that you can look at that'll always be there for reference rather than these snapshots in time. But my phone has been blowing up. And I'm getting two questions in general. The first is, hey Corey, is North Idaho and Coeur d'Alene open up yet? And then the other one is, how's the housing market doing in light of all this corona crud? So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the COVID-19 stats for the state of Idaho, and more specifically here in North Idaho. You can see from the graph right here that the state of Idaho, as of May 14th, has had 2,351 cases identified and 72 total deaths. Kootenai County reported 64 cases up to date with no deaths. In fact, all 5 counties that make up North Idaho have only had 68 cases with 0 deaths. Yes, North Idaho and Coeur d'Alene are open. This is what the ad in the local paper looked like yesterday. 2 weeks ago, on May 1st, Idaho lifted the shelter-at-home restriction and allowed retail shops to open and restaurants to open for pickup only. Yesterday, the state of Idaho started stage 2 of the reopening of our state economy. The highlight of stage 2 is all restaurant dining rooms, gyms, and salons opened with recommended social distancing guidelines established by the Panhandle Health District. Additionally, as of yesterday, Governor Little eased the 14-day quarantine restrictions for out-of-state visitors not involved in essential businesses. So basically, unless you are coming from a national COVID hotspot, you're free to come to Idaho now without having to self-quarantine. And Fish and Game has just reinstituted non-resident fishing and hunting tags. Those were on hold for a while. The general mood here in North Idaho is optimism in the fact that we're getting back to normal. Yet, to get back to normal, we still have to have our bars, nightclubs, and our venues that have like festivals and high population activities to open up, and those are due to open up by the end of June. There is a general frustration here in North Idaho that we haven't got back to normal faster than we have, and there's a general frustration that we actually have these social distancing guidelines for our restaurants and venues that honestly aren't consistent with what we're not seeing here. We're not seeing a spread of the virus or deaths, and as I said, the general attitude here is it's a little overblown for us. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the real estate market for the last week and see how it compares to the same week a year ago. In single-family homes in town, we had 107 homes listed, and that was down from 165, a 35% drop from a year ago. 67 homes were put under contract, and that was down from 122, a 45% drop from a year ago. The median price was $354,000, and that was a 19% increase over the same period last year. Now, let's look at single-family homes on acreage. We had 25 homes listed last week, and that was down from 69 a year ago, a 63% drop. We had 21 homes put under contract, and that was down from 28, a 25% drop from a year ago. The median price was $440,000, a 5% increase over last year. Now, if we average the drop in listings between homes in town and rural area, we had a 49% drop in overall supply. If we average the drop in contracts between homes in town and homes in the rural area, we had a 35% drop in demand overall. A 49% drop in supply, yet only a 35% decrease in demand. That means we still had more buyers than homes to sell. That translated into a 12% increase in price over the same period last year. This is still an incredibly competitive market, and we are seeing multiple bids on almost all properties right now. Now, let's look at some cool moose footage. Thanks for not leaving us and going to those stupid cat videos. So what you're going to see here, a couple mornings ago behind me on this hill, we had a mama moose and her very large calf come down the hill and come to the fence line. One of my dogs inside the fence came and was watching the moose, or meese. You ever know what the plural for moose is? Let me know. I really struggle with that one. That and how to spell the word restaurant. Can't do either of those. Anyway, dog meets the moose at the fence, and she's just watching him. I come to the window when I see the moose, and I'm filming it on my phone. Dog turns and sees me in the window, and then figures, okay, now it's time to bark at the moose. So she barks at the moose, and Mama Moose says, okay, we're gonna leave. And as she starts to leave with the calf, the dog sees that as a sign of weakness and kind of advances at him and says, hey, and don't come back. Well, Mama Moose sees the dog advance out of the corner of her eye, puts her ears back, and stands between the calf and the dog and is basically saying, don't come any further, I mean business. So it's a good example of what a mama moose looks like when she's about to stomp you. So it's good footage. As we check out, I'll leave you with that footage. And as always, guys, we appreciate you watching. And until next time, bye now.